You
How are
hurt your
you?
eye this morning or this afternoon.
Yeah, you said I look like I've been crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. I
So
was working on the van and dropped a spanner on my eye.
what is a spanner? Oh, the thing you
Like,
turn with.
yeah. I think in the US they call it a wrench. Maybe you know that
Yeah, yeah,
word?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, this is heavy.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It narrowly missed my eyeball, like right in the corner. I sent you a photo on WhatsApp. You should look.
Hold on. I'm gonna
Because
look.
I've cleaned it up now. Plus my
Wow.
webcam's a bit, like, fuzzy.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
that happened
blood.
like 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
And you're here.
Yeah, I'm here. I was like, I gotta be here.
Oh, your finger is so dirty.
Moo. It's what happens when you're working on
Yeah.
mechanical things.
My father was under his cars and the cars of the neighbors all the time. All the
Really?
time. Fixing every single car in our street. Our street was like kind of a ghetto.
Of course it was a ghetto. I expect nothing less. I can see you in the ghetto.
Can you explain why?
Because
I
you're
don't know
just
what that
so
means.
outrageous. I'm just making
Oh
fun,
my
to be
goodness,
honest.
yes, I'm outspoken.
You are a
Whatever.
little bit. Yes.
But I'm glad your eye is not damaged and that was it. We're gonna be careful next time.
Well, I was being careful.
Accidents
But
happen.
they do. It did hurt, I must say. It hurts a little bit to blink, but it'll settle down. I wonder if I'll get a black eye. You
That would be
reckon?
so cool.
It would be a little bit cool.
I don't know why is it cool to have a black eye?
I don't know. Good question. We
The
both
thing
think it's cool.
is, if you have a black eye, someone would think like someone hit you, a man mostly.
Yeah,
And if a
true.
man have a black eye, they think he got into a fight. That's like no one ever thinks it's an accident.
So true.
Welcome to the Rosie and Roula show. Marhaba.
G'day. Actually, maybe this is a good segue into a question that popped into my mind from you saying that. Because obviously I shaved my head a few months ago. And I spend a lot of time working on the van. Like, I don't go out into social settings much. But in the past couple of weeks, I have. I've been to karaoke, been to like shopping centres and out with a couple of people. And I have been misgendered every single time. And it is so uncomfortable. And I don't know what to do about it. So, for example, went to karaoke. My 70-year-old neighbour took me out to karaoke. And I love your glass, Roula. Beautiful.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. So we're at karaoke and he's introducing me to his karaoke friends. And I said to the lady, "Oh, hi, I'm Rosie." And she just stared at me. Her mouth dropped open. She said, "Rosie." I said, "Yeah, Rosie." She paused again. Then she went, "Oh, okay." Like, it's as if she was just like, "But that's a man. Like, you got short hair and you're wearing like jeans and a t-shirt. That's a man." She was so, I could see the confusion and the cogs turning in her head.
What if she heard about Rosie, and because Rosie is such a feminine name, she expected someone with long hair, big boobs, totally different look.
Yeah, I suppose.
And
But what about this? I went to Bunnings, which is a hardware store, again with my 70-year-old neighbour. And he can't walk very well, so we were waiting for the lift to go up to the first floor. And there was a man also waiting for the lift. And he said, "Oh, how you going, fellas?" to me and my neighbour. And that's something you say to men. Fellas. "How you going, fellas?" And I just sort of went, "Yeah, good." Like, should I have corrected him?
was it an old man who said fellas?
Why is that relevant? You're about to piss me off, aren't
It
you?
is relevant.
You
I'm
really
gonna get you
are.
somewhere.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna
going to
get
piss
you
me off
somewhere.
so
Oh,
much.
shut up,
He was
Rosie.
maybe
Just
your
listen.
age. Your age.
Okay, that's why you preferred to insult me rather say old or young because it's my age. Okay, Rosie, I'm not suppressing what you think and what you feel. I'm just giving you different perspective, okay? My perspectives are not better than yours, believe me, all right?
Good. Okay. All right. All right.
What
I'm listening.
if this man who said fellas, he just doesn't know how to greet a woman and he sees man as majority?
I suppose, but
Could
why
that
not just
also
say
be?
how you're going? It was just really weird. And then I've been called sir before. But do you think I should correct people I don't know, when they misgender me? I'm probably never going to see them again. What are your thoughts? Because so
I'm
far
not a
I haven't.
gender expert and I should not be correcting anyone. But from my conversation with the Ametista, she's a transition trans from man to woman, and we
Yeah.
had this conversation. She said it's good to ask people, what do you want me to call you? Which, how do you say it? Article. How do you say it? Like, are you a
Articulate?
she?
Oh, okay. Your pronouns.
Your pronoun. Okay, but this is a different situation, I think.
Yeah, I
Look,
think
when I
so.
was younger, I was a tomboy, and I told you about this.
Mm.
My name was Roland.
Did you like that?
Um, it was fun
It was fun.
to
Yeah.
fool people.
So who started it? You or other people?
No, other people. Because I was
Other people
mistaken to be
started.
the third brother of my brother and his friend, because his friend looked a lot
Ah.
like us, so they thought they're two and I'm third. But it's not about me here. The question is
No, no,
about
no.
you
But this is
being
interesting because
misgendered.
you played along with it and made it into like something fun, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, I just
But
don't know what to
why?
do with it.
Okay. Because you want to be identified as a she, you're a woman, and you want them to treat you as such.
I guess it's just weird being called something I don't identify with. I don't identify as a man, but it's made me think. Oh,
I also don't identify as a man. If someone would tells me, oh, very common thing we say with our friends even, hi guys,
yeah.
because they're a
But
group of guys
language
and
changes.
girls.
Guys is
And
does
it's
no longer means
inappropriate.
just men. You think it's inappropriate?
Yes, because guys mean guys is majority. Because in the French grammar, if I remember correctly, in the French grammar, if you have a female and a male words and you want to put the verb in plural, it follows the male.
Yeah, that's not cool.
I think I remember the grammar correctly. Please do not judge me. It's been years that I left school and the French language, but I do speak French and I can read and understand. I always felt, even from when I was very young, it impressed me. I don't know what it did to me. At that time, there were no conversations about gender. But since I was little at school, I couldn't understand why in grammar the verb should follow the male and not the
Yeah, the
female.
default is the male
The
form.
default is the male. And it's
Oh
the same with
gosh.
guys. Hi, guys. And there are 2 guys and 5 girls.
You know, guys has never irked me because I think maybe there's been a change in language between your generation and mine. Maybe because I see guys as gender neutral, but I remember actually some teachers when I was at school, like, don't say guys, it's, there's girls as well. But to me, it's like guys is neutral in my eyes. So it's
I think
interesting.
guys does not hurt the male gender, and women don't care. But if you enter the room and say hi girls and there are guys, they will be offended. And
This
that's
is
the
so true.
reality. I'm
That's
not being
true.
sexist. It's the culture. It's the reality. They will feel
Yeah.
left out. They will feel not seen because you said hi girls.
We should do that. We should do an experiment. Maybe even with your family when all the kids are around, or a couple of the kids, right? Because you've got your son, you've got 2 daughters, and then your husband. So, or even if it's just your husband and your son, right? You just walk out and go, "Hi, girls."
I'm
Like,
gonna try it.
try it? Is there an equivalent in Dutch to "Hey, guys"?
No, it's not that
Oh,
friendly
but
when
they
you
know
enter a
English,
room.
don't they? Yeah, okay.
Oh, about friendly entering the room, this is a different topic. How I grew up is that maybe you had it too, and other people too. When you enter and there are people, or when people visit you and you're in your house, you stand up to greet them.
Oh.
And in the first years in the Netherlands, no one did this when I entered
Mm.
the room or someone else enters the room. And I always thought that's so fucking rude. You enter the
Mm.
room and no one really is standing up to greeting you. And I still don't know what to do with this. I still stand up. I feel it's my how
Isn't
I,
that
I make you feel
interesting?
welcome.
Yeah, like I was almost about to say, oh, Roula. But actually, I stand up and I go and give them a hug or say hello. Because if I stay seated, I almost feel like I'm going, oh, yeah, hi, whatever. Like, I don't care if you're here or not. No biggie.
Yes, yes. And when
So
you're
I'm kind of the
new in a
same.
society, in a culture, it's confusing. Do they want
So
me to
do
be
you just
here or
stand
no?
up and stay where you are, or do you stand up and hug, kiss? What's
No,
the.
I either hug or I open my arms in a welcoming way or
Yeah.
I make eye contact. The eye contact.
Mm.
Yes, I missed that in the beginning in the years here. And it didn't change. I changed. I
You
stopped
changed.
wanting to be like them and continued being myself.
Oh, I see what you
Yeah.
mean. I thought you meant you changed to follow the Dutch culture, but you meant you
No, no.
stopped. You decided to be you. I like that.
Let's go back to the misgender because I have a question for you.
Okay.
When this lady said, "Oh, Rosie, didn't you ask her why are you surprised? Didn't want to know more?"
It's a good question. I didn't approach it with curiosity. I just thought, oh, for fuck's sake. That's what I thought in my head. I was like, oh. But credit to her, she didn't say anything offensive, but I could just see it really took her by surprise. It was quite blatantly took her by surprise, and she really had to like figure out what was going on.
You're very young. You're 180 centimeter. Your head is shaved. You're casually dressed, and you're going to dance with 70 and 80 years old people, and you expect them not
Oh,
to be
shut up.
surprised that your
Shut
friend
up.
is 70-year-old.
Shut up.
How about
But
that?
in contrast, I met another 70-year-old at karaoke. In fact, she was 74. She didn't give a crap. She didn't bat an eyelid when I said my name was Rosie. She was quite modern, actually. She was wearing her Converse, and they were black but with bleach bits on it. She must work out because her calves were like really well defined, and her hair was all done. She was cool. I think she was a modern
This
lady.
brings me to our other episode. Do
Oh, should we
clothes
wrap this
make
one
the
up then?
person?
Oh, yes, that was a recent one, wasn't it? Do
Yes,
clothes
see
make
how
the
you're
person?
excited about that lady who's dressed,
Yes.
etc. It's like the clothes made the
Ooh.
person, and the clothes made you being confused with a boy. I'm not saying this is an answer to our episode. I'm just saying how
No,
clothes.
that's it's true. I think it made a difference because if I was wearing a dress, I think it would be quite different.
Yes, I'm looking back to see
What number?
episode. What
Yeah.
number? Yeah. So it's episode. Very interesting. Number 80. Does
80.
what we wear define us?
Mm. Yes, to close where yeah. Yes. All right, go listen to episode 80 because we do talk about that. But you're right, I think that definitely played a role in that. And I still don't know if I should have corrected them. I kind of feel like, oh, they like no big deal. If it was someone I was going to see again, I guess I would because I wouldn't want it to keep happening. That would not
They
feel
can't be
nice.
surprised twice.
True, but I don't know. Maybe they think I'm a man with the name Rosie. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just an observation I've had, and I don't know what to do with it. I'm really
No, next time
unsure.
ask. Get
Ask why?
be
Why are you surprised? Why did you call me a man?
if they called you a man, yes.
Even
Why
if
are
it's
you?
someone at the
But don't
checkout.
ask it seriously. Ask it playfully because people will feel like threatened by your question. I don't know. Do whatever
I
you
don't
want,
know if
dear
I'm capable
listeners.
of that. Yeah, let us know your
Rosie,
thoughts.
going to practice to kindly be curious and ask questions. And we really want to hear from you. Have you been misgendered? And do you care about that?
Oh, you know what else? This is just really quickly. I was at the shopping centre. I went to the bathroom because there's ladies and men's bathrooms here in Australia. There's not generally a neutral bathroom, gender neutral bathroom. Anyway, I was walking out and a lady was walking in and I saw her like all of a sudden stop and there was this look of absolute fear on her face when she saw me. And then she clocked, oh, that's a woman, and kept walking. And I thought, fuck, oh my God. Like,
Wow.
whoa. I was really confronted by that. I'm like, wow. Not that her reaction was wrong, but it just goes to show our appearance, our clothes very
But
much.
I think since you shaved your head, this is happening, right? Did it happen
Oh,
before
yeah.
when you had
Wasn't
long hair?
happening before. As a child, it would happen, though. Just saying. Anyway, let us know your thoughts. Have you been misgendered? Should I pick a fight with these people? Should I ask with curiosity, or do I just shrug it off? No big deal. Let me know.
I love this ending. All right. Bye.
Bye. If you got a kick out of our conversation today, can you pretty please hit the follow button and share it with another opinionated person? This is the easiest way for you to support the show. It also gives Roula and I the motivation
Rosie,
to keep
I have
going.
to stop you there. Stop telling people what to do. If they like to follow the show and share it, it's totally up to them. Guys, please, can you help us follow and share the show? Thank you so much. See you next time.
Said.